Hello, and thanks for watching. So, I was looking at an article and it was comparing Donald Trump to Obama's administration in presidency, and it was talking about the issue of immigration and surrounding immigration. And this was before Donald Trump took office in November of 2016. And so, back when Obama was the president, it was said that in the article that he had deported 2.5 million, and the number deported by Obama administration was during the years of 2009 and 2015. And it talked about how President Obama directed the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, which is it's in short called ICE, to focus on criminals, not families. And this was during November of 2014. It was an executive action on immigration. So I just with that right there, I'll let you read more about it. I'll leave in some of the I'll just talk about some of the issues that I feel. I feel like any president that is in office would have had to deal with this situation, no matter what color he is. The only difference with Donald Trump, he's not sugarcoating anything. He's not sending you any soft commentary. He's not passive about what he's doing. He is just straight and to the point. And I feel like whoever is behind these people who are presidents, they are pretty much following orders with what is already being said that they have to do. They have to carry out because of law. And that is not them alone. And so people have a tendency to blame the person they feel that is carrying out the order, but someone is his boss. See, the president, they think he's the boss of the whole land of US, but someone is over him, directing him. In order for him to carry out these orders, someone has to approve it, and they have to be okay with it in order for it to be carried out. And notice it happened in Obama administration, and it is happening even more so in the Trump administration. So you have people that were talking about how Obama did this, and he said that blacks were immigrants because of the incident of Ben Carson making the comments. But you know what? They're just hateful people out there. I feel like people didn't like Obama, number one, because he was black. They didn't want to see a black president in there. Then I feel like they didn't want Hillary in there because she was a woman. So they'd rather have a male than a female, and they'd rather have a white male than a black male. They didn't like it that he was elected, and he did a whole 4 and then another 4, which is a total of an 8-year term of presidency. And by him being black, everything he did, something was wrong with it. And then with black folks, they're hard on one another, and they put down each other, tend to be overly critical of one another, criticize. They didn't like it when Obama was not only he wasn't black enough because his mom was white and his dad was Kenyan. Oh, he's not all black. You know, they criticized him. And then when he had okayed and wanted inclusiveness of the LGBT community, they hated that because you got a bunch of homophobic people out there who are gay haters simply because of hate. There's no other merit or no other excuse, no other reason, just simply because flat out hate. So you have white people who hated Obama because he was black, so anything he did, there was no good in it. Then you had black people who hated Obama because he had approved gay marriage. They hated that. And then you have people who just hated him, period. They didn't want to see anybody black saying anything, doing anything, being in position of anything. And I really feel that's where it all came from. And that's the truth of it all. And it's just some hateful people out there. There are people that don't even get along in their own cultures. They have infighting. No matter who's in this position, I believe, as a president, they're not going to be perfect. But you have some people who are just straight out cutthroat. And maybe they think Obama is cutthroat, but the one we're dealing with now, hey, there's been multiple protests. There's the validity of him even being a president called into question, the Russian hacking the votes in the beginning, in the get-go, all of the statements, grabber and the you-know-what from Donald Trump, and nobody said anything about that. And then they had the women's protests. You have groups that were, you thought that were buried and gone from the 60s, just seemed to crop up everywhere. People thought, oh, we don't have that anymore. This is post-racial. No, it seems like there's a spike in hate crime. And now people don't even trust voting anymore because they feel like their votes don't count. And then now you have more people that are trying to vote illegally because they just don't want to see Donald Trump in office, you know. So that's what happened, but unfortunately that didn't work because the votes being hacked, it went into his favor anyway. So, you know, then you got the whole issue with the Dakota pipeline. So I just think people, no matter what you do and say, anybody that's in this position, it's a hard order, a tall order of shoes to fill. But if you automatically are a really rugged, rough individual and you don't care how people feel and you're tough like that, you know, if you're just cutthroat, oh, I'm going to build a wall, and you say something and it upsets or offends people, or it doesn't fit their social group, or it goes against whatever they believe in, they're going to say something negative about you, or they're going to have a lot of anger. No matter what you do, you can't please everybody. And I feel like that's where all this is coming from. A lot of it is hatred here in America.